Hey, hi, hello, I'm christenareckless and welcome back to my page. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, today we're gonna be doing some more Reddit stories. I know you like those. I like those. I mean, why not? We have every reason to do it and no reason not to. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. If you wanna stay, you're welcome. If you wanna go, guess I can't stop you. Alright, starting off strong with this one. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter she doesn't have the right to mourn or go to her ex-friend's funeral after what she did? That is a heavy title. I don't think you can tell somebody whether or not they have the right to mourn anything. That's my take right off the bat, like shooting from the hip. I don't know if that'll be correct by the end of the story, but that's my first impression. Feelings are weird. Emotions are weird. We can't always control the way we feel. And if you're going to mourn somebody, I feel like that would be a very hard thing to deny someone. You know? That's my 2 cents from the beginning. Let's go ahead and dive in, see if I'm correct. I think I am, but we'll see. New account, since my daughter does know my other account. When my daughter was in school, she became friends with a girl named Kelly. They stayed close through college, and my daughter was even one of Kelly's bridesmaids when she got married. Okay, sounds like they were pretty close. You know? To explain where my daughter's behavior came from, my ex-husband cheated on me repeatedly and our marriage ended horribly. My daughter doesn't speak to her father anymore and she absolutely despises cheating. About 7 years ago, my daughter became convinced that Kelly was cheating on her husband. She started harassing Kelly online and essentially blew up her life. I hate to admit it, I might have been wrong. By the time my daughter found out that the man she had seen Kelly with was actually a relative, they were at a fancy restaurant together. It was too late. Kelly's marriage had already fallen apart, and because we live in a very religious community, she was ostracized by many people. Are you in the Bible Belt? Something tells me you might be in the Bible Belt. They had a huge falling out, and it basically came down to my daughter ruining Kelly's life. Kelly blocked her on everything and eventually moved away. Kelly hated my daughter after that, and so did her mother. I still run into Kelly's mother occasionally, and she has made her feelings about my daughter very clear. The issue is that Kelly recently passed away. My daughter found out through a Facebook post, and the funeral is this weekend, 2 states away. My daughter was planning to attend the funeral, and I told her that I thought it was a terrible idea. She said she needed to go, and I told her again that she shouldn't. We got into an argument, and she said she had every right to mourn her friend and attend the funeral. I told her that she didn't have the right to mourn Kelly or go to the funeral because Kelly hated her after everything that happened, and because my daughter had destroyed her life. She hasn't spoken to me since. Now I'm wondering if I should warn Kelly's family that my daughter might show up at their funeral, or that I might be in the wrong here. That's a lot to unpack. Let's start out with, taking a deep breath. God damn. I'm gonna need a minute. Hold up. What your daughter did was completely fucked up, and she was in the wrong for that. She should not go to the funeral. She definitely should not go to the funeral. However, I do think that she still has the right to mourn her ex-best friend. I don't know what your daughter is going through. It sounds like she has some unresolved issues that therapy might help, but she and Kelly were close for a very long time. And no matter what happened between them, there's still going to be feelings there that she's going to have to work through when it comes to Kelly's death. She's going to mourn her no matter what. She probably knows she's in the wrong, and that she probably feels bad that she ruined Kelly's life. I can't confirm that, but that's what I assume. I do think that you should warn Kelly's family, OP. I don't think that your daughter showing up to the funeral will be a welcomed sight, especially by Kelly's mother, especially after everything that happened. And I do think that to avoid the drama and whatever else that can occur at the funeral, and instead leave it to preserve Kelly's memory instead of whatever fight would break out, I think that you should warn them. I don't have much else to say other than I hope your daughter really gets the help that she needs. I hope she never does that to another friend. I hope that she learns her lesson. I can't imagine accusing somebody of that with no proof and not even talking to them first. If her and Kelly were really that close, I'm surprised that she didn't know that was Kelly's relative. Something's weird there. Your daughter needs therapy. That is my verdict. Therapy. Don't go to the funeral. She can still mourn. She's going to still mourn no matter what. I don't think you're in the wrong completely. I do wish you would have said that something other than she doesn't have the right to mourn her friend, her ex-friend. I do think you're in the right when you said don't go to the funeral. Verdict, not the asshole completely. Your daughter's a bigger asshole. But hopefully she can work through that. Alright, moving on to number 2. Am I the asshole for offering a frozen dinner to an uninvited guest at a dinner party? Right from the hip, shooting from the hip, I'm gonna say yes. Depending on the situation. If it's a dinner party, I'm assuming that there's gonna be people there that you're not exactly close with. That might be a +1. And did you just not have enough food? I don't understand. Anyway, here we go. Diving right in. A couple of times a year, I like to throw a nice dinner party for old friends. This time I invited 5 people. 2 were couples and 1 was single. We have all known each other for around 15 years and get together maybe every 3 months. I was making filet mignon and a small lobster tail with 2 sides. Oh, I see where this is going. I spent over $300 and didn't buy extra because they are served 1 each per guest and are expensive. Yes, they are, especially in today's economy. As a surprise to me, the single guest brought along his new girlfriend, who I had not met or known about. I was nice about it, but upset because I only purchased enough meat and lobster tail for the guests who were invited. I talked to the friend who brought the uninvited guest and said that I didn't have any extra food and that the filet mignon, cooked to individual doneness, as it should be, and lobster tail isn't something that can be cut up and divided or spread out between more people, and said that I had frozen pizza or another frozen dinner I could heat up. He was very upset with me and accused me of not liking his new girlfriend and trying to embarrass them. After his outburst, they left. Was I wrong? Should I have cut up the filet and lobster tails and spread it out between the extra person instead of offering a frozen meal? Edit, I didn't think of them splitting their plates at the time. I have ADHD, so I have some issues with changes in plans and multitasking. Anyway, another friend messaged tonight that the friend that had brought the uninvited girlfriend had been arguing with her before the dinner, so that is part of the reason he was upset and quick to leave. Alright. I do think, now that you explained that you didn't think about the sharing the plate thing between him and his girlfriend, I don't think you're an asshole. I do think that you didn't think about it all the way through, or maybe it's just not something that would have occurred to you if you've never split a plate with somebody. I do think that it was on your guest, the one that brought his uninvited girlfriend, to make up for the meal. Since he didn't inform you, that's his responsibility. I don't think that you were an asshole because you felt bad. You genuinely felt bad that you didn't have enough for everybody. And I also think that you would have gladly included her if you had known. I could be wrong about that. Don't tell me if I am. I don't want to be wrong about that. I hope you're a good person. But you also could have been exhausted and maybe you didn't want to deal with an extra serving of everything. I did have filet and lobster at one of my friends' houses. I'm gonna say I eat very small portions. I would have been glad to share if someone didn't have enough. I understand that that's not everybody though, so I'm okay with that. I do wish that your friend would have communicated with you. I think that's the biggest issue here, was a lack of communication on everybody's part. You're not the asshole. I don't really know if he's the asshole. He could have been using you to start a fight with his girlfriend to progress the earlier fight that they had. I just wish he would have thought about his host a little bit more. The Reddit verdict is not the asshole. I do agree. Your title, though, was a bit misleading. You made it sound like you were a raging asshole, and you're not. You're thoughtful, you're just stressed, and you didn't have the communication that you needed. You're not an asshole. You can move on happily with your life, sleep peacefully knowing that you were probably a sweetheart and you just didn't have the right information. I hope everything works out for you. And last, but certainly not least, we have, would I be the asshole for asking my daughter's boyfriend to stop having dinner with us? These are some gnarly titles today. It depends on the situation. I can see it going either way. I will say, disclaimer, before we get into it, there is a little notification on this Reddit story that there's not enough info. So, I'm gonna try to do the best with what I have, but we'll see how that goes. My daughter, 21, has been dating this guy, 24, for 2 years. It's fairly serious. He is from Mexico and has been in the US since he was 3 years old. He has a strange phobia of not wanting anyone to see him eat, and it's real. I've literally never seen this kid put a bite of food in his mouth, despite spending a fair amount of time around him. He is thin, but he doesn't look unhealthy. The problem is, we will take them out to dinner occasionally for holidays or special occasions. He always orders a full meal. He will cut up the food, push it around on the plate, but not eat any of it. Then after the meal, he will donate his leftovers to someone else. It's even worse when I make home-cooked meals and they come to dinner. He does the same thing, takes a full plate of food, pushes it around, cuts it up, makes it look messed with, but doesn't eat any of it. Then he will scrape all the food into the trash can afterwards. I have a theory! I'm starting to get enraged over this. He wastes a horrendous amount of food, and I can't stand the money wasted when we buy him expensive restaurant meals that go completely uneaten. It's even caused a few scenes with waiters asking him what's wrong, do they need to change his order, etc. I've talked to my daughter privately and said if he doesn't want to eat, that's fine. Just tell him to stop taking plates of food and ordering in the restaurants. Her response was, but in his culture, it's rude for him not to take food. I'm not asking him to do that. But I find it so rude that he is willing to keep wasting our money. Food isn't cheap. Would I be the asshole for just announcing that he is no longer invited to meals? I don't need more information. Yes, you would be an asshole. Yes, you would be an asshole. If you don't want to pay for his portion, maybe say that. Hey, I don't really feel like spending money on food that you're not going to eat. You are more than welcome to sit with us. You are more than welcome to hang out with us during dinner. If you don't want to eat, that's fine. I'm not going to make you. Don't feel like you have to order something to make us happy. I understand that in your culture, that might be rude, but in our culture, it's not. Just tell us if you're hungry or not. If you don't want to eat, that's fine. I don't understand how you don't understand that cultures are different based on where you're from. That's literally the whole point. I do think you're an asshole. I do think it would be an even bigger asshole move to just announce that he's no longer invited to dinner. Are you kidding me? Does your daughter love this man? That's what should matter. That's what should matter. Maybe talk to her about the financial issues that you are having problems with, apparently, because that's the only thing that you've complained about. Other than that, leave him out of it. He didn't do anything wrong. He was trying to do the best he could with the information he had. And the information he had was from where he's from, his culture, how things are done in his life, the way he grew up. I can't believe... Yes, you are the asshole. I don't agree with Reddit. I don't need more information. You are the asshole. Knock it the fuck off. God damn. I bet your daughter's gonna go no contact with you. That's crazy. Get some help. You need some help. Get some therapy. And maybe take a class on budgeting if your finances are really that bad. Are we clear? Are we clear? Have I made myself clear? I'm so glad. Jesus Christ. I didn't like that last one. That last one pissed me the fuck off. I am calming down though. That's what matters. If you disagreed with anything I said, that's okay. I don't know everything, despite what I make it seem like. If you think that you would do something differently, or if you have different advice, do me a favor and drop it in a comment below. I would love to see how you would work on things if you were in this position. I would love to see the advice that you have to give. And if you have any asshole stories or am I overreacting stories or confessions, feel free to email me at christenareckless@gmail.com for a chance to get your story on my YouTube. Of course, I will keep everything anonymous if you ask me to. I will respect your wishes, okay? Do me a favor, and until next time, stay reckless.